Adi Khabia, an alert and active child who stood first in the basketball tournament, second in the yoga competition and in the interclub football tournament. Akshat Agarwal, a pleasant child who stood second in the PowerPoint presentation competition, third in the interclub football tournament. He also secured the consolation prize in the handwriting competition and in the talkathon. Arsh Hussain, a bright child who stood first in the PowerPoint presentation competition. He was also a member of the team in the basketball tournament and second in the interclub football tournament. Dev Achpilia, a calm and composed child who stood first in the handwriting competition and quiz competition, second in the PowerPoint presentation and the table tennis tournament, and third in the interclub football tournament. Disha Jain, a cheerful and bright student of the class who secured first position in the chess, carom, and was a part of the winning team in the basketball tournament and second in the interclub football tournament. Himanshu Mehta, a bright child who stood first in the chess competition, third in the carom and handwriting competition, and in the interclub basketball tournament. Icha Sharma, an alert and active child who won the first prize in the PowerPoint presentation competition, lawn tennis and table tennis competition, and also in the talkathon, second prize in the yoga competition, third prize in the interclub football tournament, and won the consolation prize in the trash to treasure competition. Kanupriya Khandelwal, a cheerful and active child who stood first in the interclub football tournament, second in the handwriting competition, and third in the yoga and PowerPoint presentation competition. Mitali Ranka, a polite child who stood first in the trash to treasure competition and in the interclub football tournament, second in the carom and table tennis competition, and also in the interclub basketball tournament. She also stood third in the PowerPoint presentation competition. Wakas Milwala, a polite and cheerful student who stood second in the trash to treasure competition. Neil Bansali, a vibrant and bubbly child who stood first in the interclass quiz competition and in the interclub basketball tournament, second in the interclub football tournament. Nilesh Shah, a smart boy who stood first in the carom competition, yoga competition, and in the interclub football tournament, second in the interclub basketball tournament, and also received the consolation prize for the trash to treasure competition. Rhythm Sangvi, an energetic and ambitious child who stood third in the interclub basketball tournament and in the trash to treasure competition. Sanaya Shah, a good-natured and disciplined child who stood second in the talkathon, third in the chess and table tennis competition, and in the basketball tournament. Siddhant Shetty, an all-rounder who stood third in the table tennis competition, talkathon, and in the interclub basketball tournament. He also received the consolation prize in the handwriting competition. Swayam Chauhan, an enthusiastic child who stood first in the interclub football tournament and second in the interclub basketball tournament. Taksh Muta, a lively and happy child who stood third in the yoga competition and in the interclub basketball tournament. Yash Jain, an imaginative and creative child who was a member of the winning team in the interclub football tournament, second in the interclub basketball tournament, third in the chess and PowerPoint presentation competition. Thank you, sir. May I request our principal, Mrs. Sonali Sinha, to give away the awards for the next session. May I request our chief guest, Christophe Legri, to say a few words before we begin with the awards for the senior section. I'm sorry, ma'am.
Hi, bonjour. I just would like to thank everybody, and especially Ms. Pinky Pujara and Ms. Sonali Sinha to invite me today for the annual celebrations. I'm very glad and very honored to be here today with you and with the students especially. And after saying thank you, I should also say congratulations to your children for their achievements, and I would like also for their joy, because they are very happy to be here and we're going to see more after. It is an honor to be here because we all know here that how much education matters. We keep saying it all the time, as educators, as parents, but it matters to say it over and over. It's never enough. However, what also truly matters, it's not only to say that education matters. I guess what really matters is to devote creativity and true knowledge to education. And this is why I'm very happy to be here. I'm very glad to be invited by the Universal Schools and the Universal School of Tardeo, because Universal School focuses on creativity and true knowledge. And that's something very, very matters now and very matters for the future of your students. It matters to school to make a difference, so students later are going to be citizens who are going to make a difference as adults. I'm not so much familiar with all the curriculum of Universal School, but I'm fully aware of the great reputation and also the commitment of its administration and its staff. Because when we speak about education for professionals like us, Universal School truly focuses on what we call the learner-centered approach. And this is a key for the future of your children, and this is the key for the future of any educational institution. It means providing students with strong knowledge, and beyond that, it means that it's to provide students with very core competencies, such as how they learn how to learn, they learn how to think, and this is the most important part, I guess, for them. I'm just going to probably to end my speech here. I'm not going to dance, neither singing. I think it's better for everybody. So I just would like to thank you again, and congratulations to your students. And I'm very happy to be here and to see the rest of the event. Thank you. Merci.
Thank you, sir. May I now request our principal, Mrs. Sonali Sinha, to give away the awards for the next session. Grade 5 onwards, the sports awards have been categorized as individual category, 12 and under and 14 and under, and the team events were all clubbed under the senior category. Darshan Kalathia, a quiet child who stood first in the interclub basketball tournament and second in the interclub football tournament. Dhruvi Shah, an all-rounder who stood first in the carom and chess competition, third in the PowerPoint presentation competition. She also won the consolation prize in the talkathon. Diksh Mehta, a calm child who stood first in the interclub football tournament and second in the interclub basketball tournament. Gautam Patel, a cheerful and easygoing child who stood second in the chess competition and third in the PowerPoint presentation competition. I think we have forgotten to give a big round of applause for our students' parents. Manoj Vora, an enthusiastic and energetic child who stood first in the interclub football tournament and second in the interclub basketball tournament. Manan Mehta, a pleasant child who stood first in the PowerPoint presentation competition and in the interclub basketball tournament and second in the interclub football tournament. Manik Kavli, a quiet and disciplined child who stood second in the chess and in the PowerPoint presentation competition, third in the carom competition and in the interclub basketball tournament. Mayank Sangvi, a calm and composed child who takes keen interest in all class activities. Meet Mehta, a real go-getter who stood third in the interclub football tournament. Mohit Zaveri, a diligent child who stood first in the PowerPoint presentation competition, lawn tennis and table tennis competition, second in the talkathon and the carom competition, and third in the interclub football tournament. Rohan Samatsar, a cheerful and easygoing child who stood third in the interclub football tournament and in the talkathon. Cheryl Shah, a talented boy with a pleasant personality. He stood first in the table tennis and lawn tennis competition and in the talkathon. He also won the second prize in the PowerPoint presentation competition. Grade 6, Anushka Datta, a bright and cheerful child who was a part of the winning team in the interclub basketball tournament. Mok Sangvi, an energetic and cheerful child who stood first in the PowerPoint presentation competition. Rishi Sangvi, an enthusiastic and energetic child who stood first in the PowerPoint presentation and third in the table tennis competition. Vansh Shah, an affectionate and disciplined child who stood first in the interclass quiz competition and in the interclub basketball tournament and second in the chess competition. Vanshika Shah, a pleasant and bright child who stood first in the inter-class quiz competition. She also stood first in the table tennis, lawn tennis competition and was a member of the winning team in the inter-club basketball tournament. She also won a consolation prize in the talkathon. Great going, Vanchika. Thank you, ma'am. May I request our chief guest once again, Christophe Gregory, to give away the awards for grades 7 to 9. G. Chandan, a bright and disciplined student who was a part of the winning team in the inter-club basketball tournament and stood third in the chess and carom competition. Krish Poddar, a cheerful and disciplined student who stood first in the carom and in the web designing competition and third in the lawn tennis competition. Samarth Vora, an affectionate and disciplined student who was a part of the winning team in the inter-club basketball tournament and stood second in the carom competition. Zehan Das, a smart and cheerful child who stood third in the chess competition. Grade 8, Minhaj Ali Penwala, a courteous and polite child who stood first in the PowerPoint presentation competition and in the talkathon debate and stood third in the carom competition. Grade 9, Dhruv Dholakia, an obedient and affectionate child who stood first in the web designing competition and in the lawn tennis competition. Jamila Rashid, a cheerful and easygoing child who stood first in the quiz competition, talkathon debate and in the inter-club basketball tournament. Raj Sangvi, a cheerful child who stood first in the web designing competition, talkathon debate and in the quiz competition and third in the table tennis competition. Ritikesh Patel, a sincere student who stood first in the lawn tennis competition, inter-class web designing competition, talkathon debate and in the inter-club basketball tournament and second in the carom chess competition. Shikha Zaveri, a diligent worker who stood first in the carom, chess and in the table tennis competition. Sir, I request you to be on stage. We finally come to our most awaited awards, trophies for the best performances. These trophies are rotating awards that are passed from one generation of Universal to the other. These trophies are the result of inter-club competitions in football, basketball and tennis, for which the students have been trained all year by the professionals in these fields. As we all know, excellence is an art and it is won by training. I also request Mrs. Pinky Pujara and our principal to join in for the final round of awards. The inter-club football tournament was won by Patriots. I call upon G. Chandan, captain, and Vanchika Shah, vice captain, to receive the trophy on behalf of all the students of Patriots Club. Jeet and Vanchika are lost parents. Please wait for them till they come. We have the Celtics Club, which walks away with the trophy for the inter-club basketball tournament. May I call upon Dhruv Dholakia, sports vice captain, and Minhaj Ali Penwala, captain, to collect the trophy on behalf of the entire Celtics Club. Just 2 more minutes, parents. Kindly cooperate with your big round of applause. Come on, some parents are actually having a trouble over there. The inter-club lawn tennis tournament was won by Titans. I call upon Manav Verma, sports captain, and Shikha Zaveri, captain, to receive the trophy on behalf of the entire Titans club. The goal of art is vital expression of the self. Grade 5. Abundant effusions and creativity make them the embodiment of the same. As the talent they portray is a clear indication of who they are, I would like the class to come forward and take the award for the best class performance in art and craft. A famous saying goes, if you want to improve your attitude, start by changing your behavior. Grade 9 has just done that. They have developed the principal attitudes by excelling at their behavior and thus thoroughly deserve the award for the best class of the year. I would like the representatives from the class to come forward and take the award. Winning is about struggle and effort and optimism and never ever giving up. This seems to have been the principle of the best club in sports as they take away the trophy for their endurance and diligence. Would the captain, Shikhar Zaveri, once again step up and receive the award for the entire Titans club? Come on parents, the second last one. And now for the award which we all have been waiting for, the Best Club Award. It goes most deservingly to the club that has shown us how skilled and hard-working the members of the club can be. And it's once again the... I don't hear any club names, parents. Titans! This award is for consistently winning throughout the year. I call upon once again Shikhar Zaveri, captain, and Krish Poddar, vice captain, to receive the award on behalf of the entire Titans club. They really deserve that, parents. Trust me. Wow, really a well-deserved win. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. We now come to the end of this glorious moments where every little star has shone and every little effort is well known. We at the Universal School promise you many more shining stars in forthcoming years. For all you young achievers, always remember, anything is possible. Your ability to reach for the sky is only limited by the parameters you set. So remember, life's awards don't go to the one who's faster or smarter. In the end, the one who wins is the one who thinks he can. We would now break for a small 15 minutes interval. Be back on your seats on time for the Universal's annual concert, Samantha's Cinematic Life. Thank you, parents. Thank you, everyone.